Okay guys, welcome back. If this is not the first time you're watching one of my videos, kind of having fun with this, so I promise if you continue to watch, I'm going to try to get better. So with that said, here's another workout. This is a warm-up of bird dogs, low crawls, and lunges, Samson style lunges. I'm rehabbing my lower back, so I really make sure my core is activated. So with the bird dogs, that helps. The low crawls, that helps. And the lunges are just a little bit extra to get prepared to do some snatches, which I'm going to be doing today. It's my empty bar warm-up. As I mentioned before, my warm-ups are pretty arbitrary. I just focus on my individual weaknesses, which are generally letting the bar get out front, because most of the time it's because I don't pull my elbows up and back. I know a lot of people talk about pulling the elbows up, but just it doesn't work with me. I don't know, maybe something else is, I don't know, wrong with my pull, but it's worked for me. Getting on the blocks. In the last couple of weeks since starting to rehab my back and come back to lifting, my coach has brought me from high blocks to these low blocks to take pressure off my back initially and slowly introduce pulling from the floor. The snatch in particular, because of the grip width, you kind of bent over a little more, so the inherent stress on your lower back is a little higher in theory, so I imagine this is what he's doing it for. Right now I'm doing some just random stuff to get ready for the mission, which is 6 sets of power snatch and a snatch from those blocks. There's a power. And a full snatch. More powers and full snatches. Another thing I mentioned in the previous video, if you watched that, was I'm always experimenting. Oh, that's ugly. I'm always experimenting with position, stuff like that. My newest little experiment is stealing Ben Smith's snatch and clean and jerk technique. He pulls it pretty much straight ahead toes position, so his toes are pointed straight ahead. I like it. I like the way it looks. I like the way it feels. Always think about keeping my whole foot in contact with the ground. Not too much heels, not too much toes. I do tend to be a little toesy. So my first work set was instructed to me to be 155. We're now at 160. This is 165. 165 is generally where I would start. It's around 70% of my best snatch of 245. I would have retested it if I didn't get friggin' injured, but it is what it is. This is 175. I like that. I think I told myself to move my feet. There's a belt. This is 180. All good signs. Literally just last week, 165 on a similar complex made my back lock up. So the fact that I'm going this heavy today is pretty awesome. This is my last set at 185, which was the max that my coach let me go today. A little slow-mo for the last one. No misses today, which is always the goal for my weightlifting. So today I had also behind the neck jerk for sets of 5. For those of you that don't know me, I had ACL surgery on my right knee in January 2015. And right before surgery, pretty much like the moment I decided I need surgery, I was walking around with no ACL for 2 years, by the way. Anyway, right before surgery, I was doing a jerk. And on the second rep, my knee just buckled and it freaked me out. So like literally since then, that was over 2 years ago, I'm just really weird about extending my knees sharply on jerks in particular, probably because that's how it happened. So you'll notice that in my jerks. It's probably the reason why my jerk is the slowest to build and get better in comparison to the clean and the snatch. As always, a work in progress. I work with Jacob Sipkin of TZ Strength. Awesome guy, awesome coach. And the mission for the behind and neck jerks is to work on my footwork. So we kept it light and technical. Also, remember my low back is overused, so I need to be careful there too. The focus on the footwork is to hit my back foot first or hit my feet at the same time. If my front foot hits first, that is an error. Because of my fear of extension, I have less time to move my front foot out, and what ends up happening at the heavier weights is that my back leg shoots way back and my front foot almost doesn't move. I've hit all my best jerks with a really ugly split. My best jerk is 310. My best clean end jerk is 300. Both at a body weight of around 175. So far it's looking okay. I'm sort of getting over my fear of extension, as you can see. But another thing you're going to see is as the weight gets heavier, my front foot moves less and less. But if you've ever seen me jerk over the months and years, this is a lot of improvement, and I credit a lot of it to the programming and just active, pursuit of virtuosity in the jerk. I worked up to 190, I think. There's going to be a little 2.5s on the side when you see it. So far, so good. That's Coach Keyshawn, also a good friend of mine. The shirt came on because the bar was getting slippery, and I don't want to risk it sliding down my back. I was too lazy to set up the jerk blocks, which you can see in the back. But yeah, put a shirt on for that. Better safe than sorry. You can already see what I was talking about, where my left leg shoots back and my right foot almost stays in place. But again, like I said, this is still improvement, so I'm happy. And no low back pain throughout the whole thing. This is the first time I'm splitting since my low back injury, or when my lower back told me it was overused a 3 weeks ago now, going into week 4, so a little bit over 3 weeks. Oh, that was nice. This is the last set. Threw the belt on so I can keep active. I don't use it as a crutch. I use it mostly as a cue. So if you're breathing correctly into the belt, it shouldn't be too tight. That's restricting that. If you can still push out into the belt, then from my knowledge, that's what you're supposed to do. I'm using another microphone, so I apologize if the audio is bad, but gotta do what I gotta do. That's the end of my jerks, and this is a Metcon. I had to do a 15-minute AMRAP, as many rounds as possible, of 5 strict chest-to-bar pull-ups, 5 strict ring dips, which I liked, and 20 wall ball shots, 20-pound ball to a 10-foot target, which I did not like because I'm 5'7" on a tall day. But yeah, another small disclaimer, everything you're seeing here is not everything I do. I generally work out once a day, just for time. When I do have time, I work out another time a day. I'll split the weightlifting and the other stuff, and the conditioning I'll do in a second session. But I do a lot of rehabilitation exercises, especially right now with my low back. But I also do stuff to take care of my knees. I got a lot of things collected over the years with my body that I have to take care of on a daily basis. And if I don't, then my body tells me. But yeah, I don't work out like a crazy person, and I am drug free. So I work out within reason, but just as a disclaimer, this is not everything. I want to keep the entertainment value, if there is any, as high as possible. So I left out some bodybuilding, I left out running, I left out the rehab exercises for my lower back, and yeah. That's my training partner, Eduardo. He's been working out with me for, I don't even know, like I want to say a year. I could be wrong. I don't know. Forgive me. Good guy. I stole this little tip from Brooke Entz to rest with the ball on your chest against the wall during wall ball shots or big sets, so that you don't walk away from it. Walking away from the wall ball, generally, at least for me, like I will eat up a lot of time. This is actually not a good demonstration because I was resting a lot longer than I should have today too. This is the first like Metcon that I've done that hurt this much since getting injured. I would just pretty much go into the gym every day and just see what I could do, and I just didn't have any motivation for a Metcon, so this is the first one that I kind of suffered. But yeah, nearing the end of the vlog again. If you're here for a second time, I appreciate you. If you're here for the first time, I appreciate you. And I promise that I will do everything in my power to make this better. But just keep in mind that it is for my betterment, mostly. But I am having fun with this, so you'll see more. This about wraps it up, so thanks again for watching. I'll see you soon.